Hey guys, I'm on my back porch. It's hard to find a place to make a video. I want to talk to you guys. I don't want to talk to my neighbor who's like 30 feet away holding his dog staring at me. I don't want to talk to my other neighbor on the other side who will also, just not understand a damn thing I'm saying. And yet we got like a million like animals in the house and like music's playing because, I have kids, and so I'm on my back porch. Why? Well, a couple days ago, I watched a video by the Sane Progressive. You should follow her on YouTube. She's awesome. And Debbie was saying, basically what I've been thinking about for the last several weeks. What the hell do we do? What the hell do we do? I was like, it's a great question. What do we do now? And I'm so grateful that people send me emails and messages and stuff and ask me questions like I somehow know something, like I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Just trying to figure things out like you all are. But the question that seems to be in the air is, what do we do now? What do we do now? We a little more than a year ago, let's see, going back before Bernie Sanders, I was running around fighting Mike Pence. Live in Indiana, so you get to go to a lot of dumb shit that should be completely unnecessary just to oppose bills that these Republicans are trying to pass through just to hurt innocent people, women and LGBT plus people. And I live in Indiana. It's like going back 50 years, except anyway. But so then Bernie Sanders stepped up, and I think that a lot of people have this story, which is the reason why I'm sharing it. Bernie Sanders stepped up, and a lot of people were like, they had a cause because Bernie stood for everything that I believe in, and I believe that's true for most people. And Bernie stood up and he said what we'd all been thinking, or we'd all been saying in our bedrooms and in our living rooms. And I'm sure that you were like me. I'd go to a rally, I'm not trying to talk too much about Mike Pence, but this guy's a complete idiot. If you live in Wisconsin and you have Scott Walker, or if you live in Kentucky with that Tea Party idiot, or or Florida, okay, so I know a lot of people know what I'm talking about. But anyway, this guy's constantly just trying to pass bills to hurt innocent people. And so there was one, where basically it allowed business owners to say, it's called RFRA, I'm sure you've heard of it, allowed business owners to discriminate against gays. And so we had to fight that. We do everything we can to fight it. You go to these things, you go to a rally and you say there's 2 million people, there's 200 people here. I live in a city of over a million people, and I live in a state with millions of people, and there's 200 people here. There's 200 people, and I'm trying to be positive. We got our signs, we're screaming, we're trying to show them there's 200 people here. And that was really freaking hard. And then Bernie Sanders stepped up, and all of a sudden everybody stepped up. I was like, okay, so I'm not alone. I'm not the only one who cares about this stuff. That was great. So we got a movement, we got some momentum, and we took a guy who no one knew who he was outside of Vermont, really. We took a guy and we won the presidency. We did that. And we know that we're crazy because we contend that we were screwed by the Democrats, and Julian Assange proved that, who's a hero to me and apparently a terrorist to my country. So I don't know what that makes me. I guess an activist is a terrorist if you don't agree with the bullshit that's happening. But anyway, trying to stay positive here. We got a guy from unknown to president in 1 year. We did that in 1 year of our lives. And I did little else during that year. I am flat broke now. I basically stopped doing everything, and through the amazing support of my family, who've been just 100% supportive of my insanity, I've been able to travel around and just destroy my car, pretty much, and talk to the good people of the United States of America. And you know what? I don't care if they were voting for Cruz or Trump or whatever. We get to knock on a lot of doors. Different paths to the same thing, but they're good people, is my point. And the people spoke. I slept on I had people I didn't even know that would like let me sleep on in their beds and couches so I could go to other places and not pay for hotels, thanks to Bernie B&B. And it's just, I feel very hopeful, but I also feel very angry and very discouraged, as I know you do too. So when Debbie stepped up and said, well, what do we do? That's pretty much what I've been trying to figure out. What do we do? Because I think the feeling that I'm feeling, and I think a lot of people are feeling, is what I would just call melancholia, because I feel extremely hopeful and I feel extremely discouraged. I feel extremely proud and extremely sad, and I feel extremely loved and extremely, spat on by this fascist regime and by these people. I know they're asleep. I know they don't know I used to be one of them. So, these people that are just like they think that if you're trying to improve your country, then you're an idiot. All they want to do is get on and watch the next reality TV show, our next sporting event. And you know what? I like sporting events and reality TV shows sometimes too. I'm just a human being, but there's more to life, and there's people's lives, and there's black people getting shot dead in the streets by, when they're unarmed, and there are people losing their jobs because of trade agreements that are supposed to benefit the people, and there are bombs being dropped on innocent people in other countries that my tax dollars pay for, and on and on and on. And we were a bunch of fragmented groups. Some of us weren't even in groups, but we were fragmented in our living rooms, wishing that there was a way to make a difference. And this guy stepped up, and we all came together, and we got screwed by the system that we were fighting against. Big surprise, right? And now here we are, and everybody's saying what to do. I have some ideas. That's not what this video is about. This video is about saying to the people that could care, is that I know how you feel. I feel the exact same way. It is overwhelming. And for all the Hillary Clinton people who want to make fun of me, who want to call me sore loser and all that, I get it, man. I get literally thousands of your insults every day. And I'm a person who has like extreme social anxiety disorder, and whose main goal in life is to stay hidden away from people. So one of these things this last year has given me the ability to be impervious to evil, to mean people, to a degree. Like people threatening me and stuff. It's like, why? Because we want to change our government? The greatest fucking people in this country were dissenters. You have a constitutional obligation. You have an obligation to the people that fought and died for our freedoms. We have to make a government that works for us. Yet it's sort of like some horror movie, because we're surrounded by people who are asleep, and they will literally verbally or physically attack you for trying to make things happen in a positive way, because they are taught that everything is okay, or that we should blame blacks and Mexicans if they're not. And we are, with this racist corporate media that just entertains people and scares people, and does not give them any bit of truth. And if you step up and you start speaking truth, like so many brave people I know do, then you are called insane. So, man, I should have made a tinfoil hat for this video. That would have been awesome. But anyway, so what do we do? What do we do now that Bernie Sanders is now not leading our revolution directly? He's doing some wonderful things with some new groups, and everything he said about running for a local office, that is the way, by the way. That is how we do this. We need people taking over. I don't look at my role as, I don't want to be a politician, and I think anybody who wants to be a politician is probably insane. Bernie Sanders clearly didn't want to be a politician. He was just trying to make a difference. Those are the kind of people we need taking over our government, and taking over our government directly by running for office and representing their people, and also having a dissenting opinion, having this, talking and doing and doing, silly things like talking into a telephone or writing something or making a meme or sharing a meme. It's the voices of millions, but it has to go way beyond that. It has to go way beyond that. What do we do? Stop buying things from corporations if you can. I know it's really hard, and it's not something. It's like an on or an off. It's not like you're 100% doing it or you're 100% not doing it. Do your best. Look, if you got kids and you want to take your kids to McDonald's, there are a lot worse things you can do in the world. I'm not calling you to be absolute, but we all have to do better. Take your money out of a bank. We complain about Wall Street. We complain about Wall Street and how they control our country. They do control our country. Stop giving them your money. Put it into a credit union. Things like this. Say you have Comcast, Time Warner. This sounds pathetic, by the way, but I'm getting to bigger things. Say you have Comcast, Time Warner, cable and internet. Maybe shut off the cable. Maybe make a sacrifice. I know you can't get rid of the internet. I know the internet's like everything, right? But what if you stop giving them $80 a month and you cut it down to $20 a month, or halved it, or looked into an alternative? They literally own, like between Time Warner and Comcast, they own the lines that run underneath your house, so you can't get away from it if you want internet. Even if you're going to a subsidiary, they're still paying back them. That's the level of corporate control in our world today. But do better, because you're voting with your dollars. Everything you do, one person can't do anything, really. But if you don't do it, nothing starts, so you have to start with yourself. And I think there are a lot of people like you out there who want to make a difference. So run for office. You stop supporting the corporations that do evil. Pretty much all of them are connected. Support local, buy local, grow your own food. Lobby locally for laws that support you. If you figure out who's running for the offices and what they stand for. And do what you did for Bernie, do what you did for those people. You can completely control any single member of, the more local it gets, the more control you have over it, and you can put good people in those positions, and then the red tape begins, and you're gonna have to help them with that too, and on and on and on to get stuff in your community. And it's not as exciting, it's not as glamorous as a presidential election, but it'll have more of an impact on your life, believe me. And continuing to change it at a grassroots level, as Bernie said. Anyway, comment what you think we need to do in this. This really was just not trying to solve everything. This was really just wanting me to say hello to people. If I could go to every one of your houses and give you a fucking hug and say thank you for what you've done, and just to really reach out, and just like the gratitude I feel and the pain I feel from knowing that you are feeling very discouraged right now. Don't be. We had more people under 25 vote for Bernie Sanders than we had for every other candidate combined in the primary. They voted for more, a 2-to-1 ratio over Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton together. So that's what we have. We have an informed, young populace who want change, who want true democratic socialism in America, who want true progressive policies in America. The arc of history is long, but it is definitely bending towards justice. So try to feel good about what you've done the last year. Try to feel good about yourself and everything that you have given to this. And don't stop. And just because you don't know what to do today doesn't mean that you won't figure it out, that we won't figure it out as a collective of millions of incredibly smart and wise people. We got to keep talking to each other. We can never become cynical, and hold the question in the front of our minds. Hold the question in the front of your mind. Any question. I know it sounds like, I don't want to lose anybody. I'm atheist, agnostic. I believe in something in here at the very least. And I know that when you hold something in the front of your mind, a question in the front of your mind, and you just keep it there, the answers present themselves. Now, I don't want to get into a discussion about religion or whatever. That can just be just a human thing, okay? I'm just saying, keep asking yourself, what can we do? What can we do with these millions of people that we have? We can't become divided. They're going to try to divide us. We can't become cynical, but we have a movement. And I've named off a couple of things we can do, and there's a whole lot of things we can do. Let's use our power. Let's lick our wounds. The pity party time is over. Eventually. Not telling you where your grief stages are, okay? For me, I can't cry about this anymore. I gotta move on. So whenever you're done crying, let's kick some major ass. Hillary Clinton's going to be president, by the way. I love Jill Stein. We got to be thinking about 2020. Got to get Jill Stein up there. Hillary Clinton's going to be president, okay? My opinion. Beat me up on the message boards if you want. That's a reality. They installed her. It wouldn't matter if every person in this country voted for Jill Stein. Hillary Clinton still got it, and they're going to give it to her. That's how it works. Doesn't mean it's how it's going to work in 2020, but that's how it works now. Lessons learned. We're going to be better next time around. I actually really believe that the Green Party is going to be in the White House in 2020. As crazy as that sounds, I shouldn't say I really believe it's going to happen. I believe it's possible. I've got a way. I've got an article I'm working on. I'm going to write about that. So this is a long-term thing. President is actually, not as important as House and Congress, not as important as who the governor and mayor is of your state. Bernie woke us up. He got us together, and now we move together. If you want to look, I'm going to say something else. If you're voting for Hillary Clinton, that's cool. Whatever, you do what you want to do. It doesn't matter whether you vote for her or not. She's going to win. If you vote for Donald Trump, whatever, that's cool. You're protesting. You're angry. You want to see it burn. Whatever, that's cool too. That's your vote. You should vote for Jill Stein. You should vote for Gary Johnson too, because he can't win either. So if you want to vote for Gary Johnson, he supports TPP. I don't support TPP. What I'm talking about is supporting getting more parties on the ticket for next time around. If we can get the Libertarian Party, which I do not agree with anything pretty much they say. Although Gary Johnson seems like a cool guy, their positions are ridiculous. And get the Green Progressive movement on the ticket. More options in 2020 is what we're looking for right now. I know Bernie says vote for Hillary. Not voting for Hillary. Doesn't matter. She's going to win. You can vote guilt-free for whoever you want. So your vote, if you care about democracy, and you realize that Hillary Clinton is going to be the president, which she is, then you need to think about voting for another party. Because that is where, well, you know what, I can pretty much conclude it. It says 18 minutes on the corner of this. Anyone who's been crazy enough to sit and listen to me talk for 18 minutes is obviously already voting for the Green Party, so we're cool there. I'm going to shut up. Hey, I love you guys. Thanks for listening.